What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button and hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this video, we are jumping into Legion of X, issue number 2. If you didn't catch issue number 1, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Nightcrawler and Legion. After the Way of X, what we saw was Legion create what he calls the Altar. This is a bubble reality containing the dreaming psyche of Legion, a safe space for any mutant to go. Inside of here, Nightcrawler has created what he is calling Legionnaires, though he doesn't refer to them as necessarily police officers, but that's really the role that they are filling, trying to solve crimes, but he's not trying to throw people into a pit. He is trying to rehabilitate them. No matter what they have done, he is trying to reach out and give them a real second chance. While this is going on Arakki, what we see is a goddess is able to escape after summon, a deity known as Mother Righteous. We have Nightcrawler and Weaponless ZSEN who are trying to track down this god. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so we are picking up on issue number 2 at the beach. This is the boundary between the astral plane and the altar. This is where Mother Righteous has come to Legion and Blindfold. Mother Righteous isn't here to do any kind of harm. In fact, Mother Righteous is offering Legion an opportunity to almost limitless power. Somehow, using Blindfold, she takes the two of them and she is able to show them the future. A future if Legion took the powers from her. A future where Legion could rule and lead the X-Men, lead mutant kind into a whole different future. Of course, this is just one possibility of what could happen, but what they also saw was the present. We see that Blindfold, she has figured something out, telling Legion that she has to leave. She has to go warn the Legionnaires. And this decision to take this power or not, Blindfold, she doesn't care. No matter what he does, no matter what he chooses, she is going to be there right by his side. Legion, of course, having to ask the question to Mother Righteous, what is it that you are offering me? Now we get something from the desk of Dr. Nemesis. This is his evaluation of gods, of deities, many of them like Mother Righteous herself. And what he has truly learned about these things is that there is an input and there is an output. The input starts with worship. That is how he believes many of these gods have come to be. How deities like Thor, like Hercules, like Zeus, they derive all of their power from being worshipped. How many worshippers really depends on how far their range is, how great their power can be. 1 to 100, they're not very dangerous. 100 to 100,000, you're leveling up a little more. Once you surpass that number, there really is no limitation. While your powers have limitation, you can really just travel anywhere you would like. Over time, people stopped worshiping gods. And Dr. Nemesis, he theorizes that they no longer need direct worship. They just need people to know of their existence, to know their stories, to know their tales. Through this, they can gain their power. He poses the question, if we were to wipe everybody's mind of one deity, say Thor for example, if no one knew that they existed, not a single individual, would this wipe them from existence? This is what takes us to Krakoa, the Green Lagoon Tiki Bar where everyone's sitting down having a discussion. We see Juggernaut having a drink and we learn that Charles has taken him off of the team, saying that he only wanted X genes. And I'm gonna be completely honest, that's absolute BS. Yeah, I get it, he's not really full mutant or anything like that, but Juggernaut deserves to be on this team. But regardless, we find out he is not on the team any longer, and they are still trying to figure out who this Switch individual is, not being able to find him anywhere on Krakoa. Weaponless Zen lets it be known that your guys' surveillance, it is all over this island, they're just not realizing this. And Black Tom, his surveillance, she says is absolute garbage. Half the time, he is freaking drunk. So finding Switch, finding this goddess, it's making things very difficult for them. But Sage lets them know that there has been no sign so far of Switch or this deity. In the midst of this discussion, we see Banshee show up. The last time we had really seen Banshee, Moira had killed him, skinned him alive, and used his skin to get into Krakoa. And so everybody is really walking on eggshells around him. Going through that kind of trauma, they believe he just needs a little bit of a break. As he goes to walk out of this bar, Juggernaut says something, and Banshee spits in his drink. Black Tom stopping Juggernaut from smashing his face in, getting a break only because of what happened to him. Now, inside the altar, this is where we pick up with Pixie and the others. They are investigating and interrogating is a kind of rough way of putting it, they're just questioning him. Mr. Decosta, the New York City police, they want him for the murder of his wife. Pixie and the others, they're trying to figure out what actually happened. And last issue, I was very skeptical on this guy, seeming like the evidence was more or less there for them to come after him with murder charges. Nightcrawler, he wants to see what really happened. He's giving him the benefit of the doubt. The thing is, Decosta, he's being real quiet about it, acting very guilty. In the midst of this, we have Blindfold show up, talking about Switch, and that he is covering his tracks, with Sage and Nightcrawler monitoring everything that is going on, seeing if they miss something. What they see is Weaponless Zen breaking into a lab in Krakoa. This laboratory just so happens to be Beast's. Not knowing who this is, Beast leaps on her. With her being very quick, she is able to slice his legs. Believing that he had been beaten, she lets him know to stand down. There is no reason to take his life. Underestimating Beast needing his legs, he leaps through the air and grabs hold of her, trying to figure out who sent her. He is about to rip her throat out. That's when Nightcrawler and Sage break into the room, telling them to knock this off. Weaponless Zen is letting us know that she was following someone else who had broken in. That someone else is Banshee. Back at the bar, she had seen that his hands were covered in blood. Not only that, his accent had slipped just a little bit. Somehow, he was able to break in. This is their Skinjacker, and right now, he has possession over Banshee. Now knowing his location, we see Pixie. She opens up a portal underneath Juggernaut. Him just sitting down having a drink. He goes falling from the sky and he lands directly on Banshee. Banshee seemingly cutting his wrist, not sure what this guy is doing. Everything they know about the Skinjacker makes them believe that this was going to do the job, that he can only jump skin every 24 hours. The issue with that, they thought wrong. And we see the Skinjacker take over the Juggernaut. This is when Lost uses her powers and creates more or less no gravity around Juggernaut. He may be an unstoppable force, but having no inertia, having no movement forward, there is absolutely nothing that Juggernaut can do. Pixie grabbing the soul dagger and driving it into the head of Juggernaut. This is what holds the Skinjacker in place from jumping yet again. And this gives Nightcrawler the opportunity to have a discussion. He has been trying this restorative punishment, not necessarily punishment, but this restorative tactic. He is trying to give everybody the opportunity to be better, to not just be thrown into some pit. And Skinjacker is making it very difficult for them to do this. He wants to help him understand his pain. In return, all he wants to know is what he is planning. What is his end game here? And Skinjacker lets it be known that he has done so much. He's watched sleeping wives through the eyes of their husbands. He's made loyal lovers stray, friends betray one another, emptied out bank accounts, done everything you could possibly imagine, indulging in every want, in every fantasy, in any thought. But the truest and simplest explanation, one that does not occur to Nightcrawler, is that this is fun. Being done with this conversation, we see Skinjacker able to escape. Not even the Soul Dagger is able to stop him. What they find on the ground is a hand of glory, a charm to open any lock. This helps explain so much that is going on for them. What we are seeing is Skinjacker leveling up, and now he has learned some sorcery. While they investigate this further, we pick up with our goddess and Legion. Legion assuming that he has to give up his immortal soul, blah blah blah, the same thing he's heard over and over and over again from people offering a bargain too good to be true. But what Goddess Righteous is offering is all of this power in the exchange to be thanked. Just simply thank her. No matter what Legion amounts to, no matter how much power he gets, deep down, all Legion has to do is recognize her and thank her that his success is because of her, giving him time to think about this and mull it over. Legion showing up to the altar the same time that Nightcrawler does. All of them trying to figure out what is going on with Decosta. Legion manipulating him just a little bit to make him break. And what he does is starts crying, accepting that his wife is gone. This could mean there's a possibility that he is innocent. As they go back over and start following all the clues, Mother Righteous has her eyes on someone else. She has her eyes on Banshee, seeing a broken man, seeing a man that she may be able to form into an individual, a righteous follower, if you will, a righteous weapon for her, a soldier that is bound by duty, believing that she can use and manipulate him into her manner. She is slowly making her way around Krakoa, around the altar, and she is trying to convert people to make them more or less just thank her. And through this, she will gain power, and it appears that Banshee might be her right hand. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. No, I have been enjoying Legion of X. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the idea that they're going with. They have so many little different things going on. You more or less have Sabretooth line where we have hell. We have the Scarlet Witch who has created heaven. You have Mars that has been terraformed. And then you have Legion's little bubble dimension that is a safe haven for anybody and everybody. I don't think that we are going to see Legion accepting this power, but I think he is going to lead this goddess on. An opportunity for them to figure out how they're going to take this goddess down. Though we could argue that Legion could do this on his very own. So maybe he could be considering this offer. With Blindfold not thinking poorly if he did, there's a possibility that he might. After everything that he has been through, everything that he has endured, the way that his own father treats him, what part of Legion wouldn't consider this offer? Finding broken individuals like him and Banshee. This is exactly what deities need. This is how you build faith. This is how religions begin. You grab the poor, the hungry, the desperate, the broken, the damaged, the sick. You give them something to believe in. And through that, you have a devoted religious follower. I am definitely excited to see where they're really going to take this story, because I don't know where this is going to land. They have a lot of different things going on currently. I'm hoping that this doesn't turn out to be more or less like a cop TV drama, you know what I mean? Where it's just month to month we get Nightcrawler and his Legionnaires going around and cracking cases. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and until the next breakdown.